everyone, welcome back. Today is our August a month in review. I tested out quite a few products and today we're gonna go over my yeses, my nos, my maybes. Well, not maybes, they're just okays. So yeah, it's not gonna be a long video because we didn't have too many products. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me and we'll get going. Let's get the bad products out of the way because I only have one. It is the Trestique mascara. The Trestique Good Vibes mascara in particular. First of all, it has a little like eyelash curler thing. I don't recommend this because it's not very wide, so I don't know how you curl your whole lash line with just a little thing. Unless you like separate your lashes, which doesn't sound pleasant. So first part of it is worthless, and then the second part, it's a really dry formula. I mean, I had flaking and smudging about 30 minutes after I filmed testing this out, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't use it again throughout the whole entire month because of that. It flaked, it smudged like in record time. So this is a big no for me. If you like Trestique, I would love to know if maybe my bottle was just dry and you've used this before and it's your favorite. If so, that's great, but for me, I just think it's too dry of a formula. It's not meant to last. Moving on to my okays. I mean, they're good products. They're not great. I don't reach for them every day by any means. Another one from Trestique is this brow pencil and brow gel. The pencil is not too bad. It's got like the teardrop triangle shape, which is not my favorite. That kind of docked some points to it, but the color was spot on for me. That was nice. And then the formula is not bad. It is a little bit waxy, so it kind of gives you a waxy look. So, I mean, if you're into that, it's great. If you're not into that, I might use a different one, which the waxy look is not what I go for typically, so I kind of had to be in the mood to use this pencil. And then the other side of it is a brow gel. The brow gel does not match the pencil. The pencil is a lot cooler tone, which for my brows is what I needed. And then the gel side is really warm. So like the two ends don't match in color. So I never used the brow gel. I just knew it wasn't going to work for me. Not a bad pencil, I just think you have to be in the mood for that style. Next, I've got two palettes. The first one is the OPV Beauty Spotlight Eyeshadow Palette. I'm not gonna lie, I was super excited to use this palette. I used this shade, and man, it flopped for me. I mean, that's all I did. I used the one shade, and I didn't pick it back up. So, I mean, the shade itself was okay. It lasted all day. It didn't flake. It didn't like flake down my face throughout the day. It was an okay shade. It just didn't wow me in any sort of way. I have similar colors of shades that wow me when I put them on. So I didn't reach for this one again. They're okay. If you like this palette, great. If you're like me and the shades don't wow you, that's okay. The other palette I have is from Cobb Cosmetics. So this is what it looks like. It's the day and night palette. And I used more shades in this one. This one happened to be the color that I liked the most. These shades impressed me a lot more than that other palette. But I have palettes with these shades that I want to reach for more than this one. So I think the formula is good. It's just it wasn't something I wanted to reach for because I have I have palettes that to me are better and that I think the quality is better. So they're the ones I reached for more to get these types of shades. Does that make sense? So I didn't reach for this one quite as much as I thought I was going to at the beginning of the month. But I think the color palette is beautiful. It's definitely more neutrals. It's got a couple pops of pink. So if you don't have shades like this, this is a good one. My last okay product is this Glowdient makeup palette. It is a highlighter with multiple shades in it. I will tell you, one shade, the very lightest shade, is phenomenal. If I could take that shade out and put it in my good category, I would. It's my inner corner highlight today. I love it. And then I tried to use some of these darker tones as like eyeshadow they don't pop very well. Like that one ivory color pops, is bright, is beautiful, it's got a nice shimmer to it, and then the other ones they're like dark and dull at the same time. There's no brightness, there's no shimmeriness to it. It's weird. So, I mean, if you've got this palette, I would just stick to these lighter shades, especially the lightest one. It's really, really pretty. But if you've got like a darker skin tone, maybe these darker ones would work for you as eyeshadows. It's an okay product just because like the overallness of this product doesn't really work for me. But if I could take out that one shade and put it in my good category, I would. Alright, let's move on to the good category. The category that everybody looks forward to, right? We're going to start off with some sponges. These are the Makeup Blending Sponge Set. So obviously I use 2 of them. I love these so much. They are so soft. They are softer than the actual Beauty Blender brand. They are softer than any like Marshalls or TJ Maxx sponge you could pick up. I didn't particularly use these ones because this one doesn't have like a point to it, and I like sponges that kind of got that point. And this one just is weird to me. So I didn't use these 2, but the other 2 are phenomenal. I use them every week. They're the first 2 sponges of the week that I gravitate towards just because they are so soft, they're so squishy, they just feel nice on your face. If I could buy more of these sponges in the shape of these 2, I would. So I did try out a new primer. This is the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. It is a mouthful, but this is so good, especially with dry skin. Whenever I'm feeling like really dry, I will use this as my primer and I have 0 makeup issues throughout the whole day. This is so nice. Plus it's got a nice little glow to it. So if I want a little bit of a glow, but like my auric glow lust is going to be too much to add that glow, this is a nice balance for that. It's really moisturizing. It's really soothing. So if you've got dry skin, I would highly recommend. Even if you have oilier skin like I do, I'd still use it just because I really like the low-key glow to it. Next is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I really like this stuff. The shade Light is not light enough for me. So it's a little too dark for me right now, which means I didn't tan enough this summer, which makes me sad. But overall though, this stuff is really, really nice. It's really hydrating and it doesn't have to be set. So me, with oily skin, I did not have to set my face for this. You just pop it on everywhere, little concealer, set the concealer, do whatever else you want, good to go. I did not have to set this at all. And it worked really nicely with both cream and powder products. I can set it if I wanted to. It worked out nicely that way. I tend to set my face before applying powder, bronzer, and blush. That way it helps to not skip anywhere. But even if I didn't set it, this held up really nicely. It didn't budge. It didn't crack either. Typically, my foundation will crack around my chin, and this stuff held up like a gem. Plus, I think it's only like $5, $4.99 for a light tinted hydrator. This has got some major coverage to it, which for me is nice because I tend to have a little bit of a red cheek issue. It's an issue for me. It's not an issue for everybody. But this will cover it, no problem. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one, especially for the summer because it's nice and hydrating and it's hot, and yeah, overall a win. I tested out 2 powders this month, the first being the Beauty Bakerie Flour Setting Powder. This is a loose setting powder. Phenomenal. I'm wearing it under my eyes today, but you could also use this on your whole face. I took this with me on my trip to Omaha, and if you're not familiar with Omaha, the weather is a lot more humid than it is in Colorado. So I kind of went from a dry state to a wet state, and this stuff held up really nicely all over the face, under my eyes. I had 0 creasing. I didn't get oily. It was just really, really nice. I think it's a really good alternative to my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder too. Like if I didn't have that one, this is the one I would reach for. This one's really, really nice. Plus, I think this one might be like a smidge more affordable. A smidge, I think. Don't quote me on that. But if you're looking for a good setting powder and you are willing to spend, I think it's $24, this one's good. I would recommend it. The other powder I tried this month was the Dior Backstage Powder No Powder. I have seen this so much on Samantha March's platforms, her YouTube, her Instagram, her TikTok. She has recommended this through the roof. And I was like, oh my gosh, if she loves it that much, I might as well try it. And don't get me wrong, it's Dior, it's expensive. It took me a while to actually pull the plug on it. But man, it's good. It's real good. The Powder No Powder, that's an accurate claim. You put that on and it's like, oh my gosh, did I put anything on my face? Is my face set? Yes, it's set. But man, it doesn't look like you put anything on it, and it is great. If you're willing to invest a little bit, this is a good one. I did not try it under my eyes though. It's more of a face and body. So what I would do most of the time is set my under eyes with the Beauty Bakerie powder and then set the rest of my face with the Dior one. And they worked beautifully together. So that's how I did it for most of this month. And last but not least is a lip oil. This is from Bakerie Beauty, I believe. It's just a nice clear lip oil. Nothing much to say about it, honestly. It's very standard like any other lip oil. It gives a good hydration. It doesn't run, which is nice. And I enjoyed it. Alright, so there is our month in review. Again, we didn't have too many products to talk about because I'm trying not to go overboard anymore. But I did enjoy most of the products, and the things that I didn't enjoy weren't because they were bad products. It was just, I had other products that I would want to reach for more. We all go through that where you get something and it's like, do I really, really want to reach for that, or do I want to go back to something I know and love? It's just a preference thing. I did really enjoy actually testing these out. All of these, again, were from my Boxycharms from the past few months, actually. So I had a little pile collecting over in the corner, and I was like, you know what? This month, we're going to do all of my Boxycharm products that I hadn't tried yet. So that's what we did. Most of them turned out to be gems, which is great. Makes me a little grumpy that I let them sit in the corner for so long. You'll have to let me know if you guys are a subscriber to Boxycharm and if you have found any gems through your subscription. I would love to hear what they are and how you use them. Other than that though, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps me out and lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. I'm here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.